I'm
True
glad.
Swans with Matt Vander Beogh.
I'm glad Matt ended up in the middle because he's so colorful. It's just like that. It sort of balances out. I don't know what I was thinking when I'm just a big black mark on the side of the screen.
Yeah, you blend into your chair and the mic.
Right.
It's all
Yeah.
just a big
Uh,
blob.
All
so
right.
I should have
So,
wore. I have a bright yellow shirt. I should have wore yellow if we're going to talk
Yeah.
about
oh, yeah,
Taxi.
you would have tied in with my sweater.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So tonight we're going to talk all things road rally. We're just going to like hang out and chat about it. And if people pop in and ask questions, we can do that. But if not, they can catch it on the replay and we can talk about our tips. So, Matt, as a seasoned pro, what would you tell people about the road rally? I mean, other than that they can come, obviously, that they should come, obviously. I use the
That
S word.
you,
Well,
you,
that's the
you,
biggest thing. You just got to go. Um,
I was going to say maybe we should even back up just a hair. And just for any first timers that might be coming in to even know exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about Taxi Road Rally, because maybe someone who's cruising by. So Taxi A&R is a place where they screen your music and send it out to the industry, and we of all of us sitting right here on the screen are very much indebted to Taxi and what they do to launch us to where we are each at in the industry. So and this road rally is a big kind of convention get together with all the different composers and screeners and people from Taxi, and it happens in LA 2 weeks from now. And it's something that definitely everyone who's a member of Taxi should go to, because it's a great place to make connections. And if you are not hip to what it is, I would go to what is taxianr.com. Look into it further. As let's say just saying hello to some people, letting some people show up. Andre is here. Andre, our most trusted audience member.
And
What's up,
David and
Andre?
Corey, welcome.
Hey, there's a little chat thing over here. I didn't see that.
So we're going to hang out tonight, guys. We're going to answer some questions if you have any. And if you want to weigh in on anything road rally, feel free in the chat and we will talk about it. We should be broadcasting on Facebook, True Swans YouTube, and Matt's Music Minute.
And
So if for
TikTok.
some reason you're chatting there and we don't see your comments, for sure I'm seeing them from True Swans YouTube. So don't think we're ignoring you. We are trying to catch everybody.
I see that. And then there's Barb.
Hey,
Hello,
Barb.
Barb.
Hey, and Finch. And Corey. Oh, I know all these guys.
Hey, hey,
What's
Matt.
up, and Andre?
Matt, do you have a gain adjustment on your mic that you could just bump up like 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah, loving that.
All right, I got
Okay.
TikTok. I'm watching on my phone because their comments don't pop up over here. Welcome,
Okay.
TikTok.
I think we have all the comments
We got all the
monitored.
people.
Okay. Well, good. I did my little explanation. Oh,
Matt's dog.
yes, the dogs.
The dogs are already, every time I get online, they're like quiet all day until I get on to like do something on the computer. And then they decide they need to wrestle.
My cats
Seriously, what is
howl
going on
and
back here?
walk the floor.
Yeah.
Todd knows all about these dang dogs.
The animals, they always have to be the center of whatever's going on. They have
Yeah.
to be close to you. So,
All right, so we're
yes,
going to the road rally.
we've
The people in the
explained-
comments, I know, are going to the road rally. So
Okay.
let's chat about that.
Yeah, I would love to know if there are anyone in the comments who may be a first timer. This will be your very first road rally, and because definitely gear some advice towards that versus someone who's been a half a dozen times. So we'll give it a second for anyone to type in and let us know about if it is your first time there.
I think we should maybe introduce ourselves a little tiny bit for people, especially on TikTok, who don't maybe know who Matt is. Our TikTok following won't. Matt, what are you?
Hey.
Who are you? And why do you love Taxi?
Oh, I'm just the village idiot over here. Gosh, I'm just a guy who makes some music, and yeah, uh, I have been doing this for a while, and I've just been lucky enough through sheer persistence and willpower to have turned this into a full-time job. And so what I do is I make music for TV shows, and that's the full-time source of income, and it's like what pays for everything in my life, which goes from this nice house to the cars to my 10-year-old daughter and everything else. Health insurance, which is going up by 73% next year. I digress, but all these bills are paid from the money I make off of royalties by making music for TV shows.
So Todd and I actually got introduced to Taxi through Matt. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
Yeah.
we're not quite where he's at. But last year we were able to pay for all of our travel expenses and our music business expenses through our sync or film and TV income. So I would say that Taxi has changed our lives, and attending the road rally, 100%.
Yes. Yeah, we should talk about why is the road rally such an important thing to attend. I mean, everyone who goes will definitely tell you that. It's like, oh, you should really go. It's really important that you attend. But what if you're talking to someone, why is it for you guys an important event?
Well, I'm going to tell you like a couple of huge, easy. These are like alley-oop benefits to it. So first of all, if I swear that people need to go to at least one music conference a year. If they're serious about making a career in the music business, you have to go to at least one conference, because that's where you meet people, and that's where you do your networking. You meet co-writers, collaborators, same thing, but and industry people. You can sign licensing deals, library, like all the magic happens at a music conference. And that's not counting all of the education that's there at these things. I mean, that's really what they are, is educational weekends. It's like, I don't know if you guys ever did this in college. I used to take weekend workshops all the time. They were little 1-credit things, happened on like Saturday and Sunday, and it was all day for Friday and Saturday, and you got 1 credit out of it. Well, you got to think of this as like your continuing education or your primary musical education, and it's only like 3 or 4 days, but there's so much education and learning there that this is unparalleled knowledge that you can get that is not taught in any music program at any university that I'm aware of. There may be some out there, but I really don't know of any that teach this kind of thing. And this is a huge career path for people. And there are so many talented musicians and composers and songwriters out in the world that just want to make a living doing music in some form, but they have no idea that writing music for TV shows is a way to do it. Like this is it's like the Wild West or the Hidden Secret. I don't know, Bermuda's Triangle. No, that's not right. Atlantis. It's Atlantis, right? It's like this mythical place. Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows how to get there. This is an amazing place to be, but you're not going to get all the knowledge on how to get into the industry and how the industry operates, how you get paid, how to make the music, yada, yada, unless you go to a music conference. Now, here's the thing. There are a bunch of music conferences throughout the year, and any of them is going to be beneficial to you and your musical pursuits. But the Road Rally, sponsored by or put on by the company Taxi, is extremely focused on synchronization or sync music, SYNC, sync music, which is synchronization. That's when your music is added to a TV show or a movie. So it's the licensing aspect of the music business. And it's almost, I would say, like 90% focused on that side of the industry, which none of the other music conferences can really make that claim. So for anyone wanting to get into this little specific niche field of music making, this is the weekend to do it. And it's happening in a week and a half. So that was a long-winded thing. It really brings me around to this, that the company Taxi puts it on, and it is 100% free for the membership. So if you are a Taxi member, meaning you've paid your $300 a year, you get a free frickin' ticket. Not only that, but you get a free guest ticket as well. So the reason that's important is because if you were to go to any of these other conferences, whether it be the ASCAP experience or NAMM or Durango, like these are the things you're going to hear all about, the PMC, Production Music Conference. Those are all going to be about $400 to $700 for those things.
Plus your hotel.
Plus hotel, right. And so you're $400 to $700 just for conference admission. Whereas the road rally comes with your $300 membership, plus a freebie for your friend who's not even a Taxi member. That's what makes this kind of a no-brainer from a financial aspect. It's essentially free. So my dogs.
Barb's made a comment that I want to come back to in a second. But just before we move on, I wanted to say, for people that say Taxi's a scam, what would you say?
What would I say?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple ways to answer that. Okay, I'm gonna give you two answers. The first one is, even if you think the business model is a scam, then at least go to the conference, because it's a free conference that comes with the $300 membership. So even if you think the rest of the entire business model is a scam, if you go to the conference, you're already coming out ahead financially versus going to, say, the PMC or the ASCAP experience, which would cost you $400 to $700. Okay, so that doesn't really answer, is Taxi a scam? But it does tell you that if all you get out of your $300 is this one weekend, it's already worth it. Okay, so the second way to answer that question is this a scam? No way in hell. And if you don't know me, then you're going to think that I'm full of shit or whatever. But I have made my entire career through this service, and I am not alone. I can count on like multiple hands, and I don't know, probably 10 hands deep, people that I know who are full-timers that are doing this for a living that did it all through Taxi. So, and I guess it just comes down to, like, trust me, bro. Yeah, I mean, you got to, at least at some point, you got to take a leap of faith and say, well, this guy's trustworthy, or this guy is some smarmy, slimy salesman who's just out trying to make a buck. I don't make anything from Taxi. I'm not on the payroll. They don't give me, like, any kickbacks for getting members. I really don't care if other people take advantage of the service or if they go. It's no skin off my back. I'm not invested in the company other than I truly believe in them because they gave me this life that I'm living right now.
So, Todd looks at our technical difficulties, and I'm just going to say, guys, it would be a true Swans live without technical difficulties. We got some reverb on that for sure.
Yeah, that's.
But Barb says, this is my second road rally, but my first as a member. This time I'm going to the member lunches and will sign up for one-on-one mentor sessions, none of which could I do last year as a guest. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you can get the most out of your mentor sessions. And I'm sure Matt has something to say, and I'm going to give you kind of my tips on the process.
Yeah. Okay, Barb. By the way, hey, Barb. Hope you're doing good. I can't wait to see you. Okay, so those are two big perks that you only get if you are a Taxi member. The guests do not get these. But as a member, you get a 15-minute one-on-one mentoring session with a mentor of your choosing until their available time slots fill up, and then they're like sold out. So I'll go over that first. let's see, that there are probably about 30 or so one-on-one mentors. And Taxi publishes a list of who they are along with their, I'd say their brief one paragraph resume as to kind of what they do and the successes they've had. So what you should do is go through that whole list, read up on everybody, and see who fits best with your style of music. Because, I mean, it really doesn't make any sense if you are a singer-songwriter to go talk to a person who specializes in instrumental cues for TV shows. Those are two separate musical worlds. And so you're just going to kind of burn that 15 minutes and you'll probably have a good time, but it's not going to do much for you. So you want to pick out the mentor that fits the best with your music, but also could lead to some type of career growth. And sometimes that means that you sit down with a music library owner who's going to listen to your music and could potentially offer you a deal on that song as you are sitting there with him. That doesn't always happen, but it can. Or you could meet with just kind of like a seasoned pro who's not a library owner, but someone who's been doing it a freaking long time. And they can sit down with you and go through your music and for 15 minutes, just give you a bunch of pointers on how to streamline your process and make your music better or more suited for TV. So that's what the mentorship, the one-on-one mentor thing is. It's 15 minutes long, and Taxi is...
Oh, Todd, that fixed it. Todd,
hey, it's fixed.
Your echo.
Was it my echo? I was getting an echo off you, Michelle. Maybe we're all echoing. Still?
I think
no.
you fixed it now.
Hey,
Todd's
Todd.
The best, man. Okay, sorry.
So
I digress.
Take that, Fred.
Todd's the best.
Nice work, Todd.
You fixed it, Todd.
Nice work.
It is hard to track down the echoes on these things. Okay.
So
thank you, Fred, for pointing it out.
Yeah, thanks, Fred.
Well.
I just got an alert on my phone that
it's probably
now I'm getting the two-step verification.
I knew it.
So we're trying to stream on Matt's channel for those of you just coming in. Also, I noticed on TikTok that it says we're doing a listening session, which we're not tonight. I'm very sorry, TikTok. Maybe at the end. But we're talking about the Taxi Road Rally, which is coming up a week from Thursday. We're all very excited. And Matt is talking to Barb about the one-on-one mentor sessions and then the lunch. You guys both have tips for the lunch, right? I've never done it, actually. Todd always does it.
Oh, snap. They're so fun. Yeah. Oh, hey, Chris. What's up?
Tip number one for the lunch. If you can get there a little bit early and you know where the mentor is going to be sitting, try to sit next to them in that chair, because it gets to be quite chaotic in the room with 14 or so of these tables, everyone talking at the same time. There's questions, there's mentors talking. There's quite a load of chaos, and it can be difficult to hear. And it can be a lot easier to get questions answered, to hear them, to get a conversation going with them if you're right next to them or close to them. So that would be my suggestion if you're heading into that mentor lunch. That's to get the most out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, can I jump back to the one-on-one sessions?
Yeah,
so I told you guys to go through the list, pick out the mentor that fits your style of music and that might offer you some forward momentum in your career, either by their knowledge in the style of music you make or by them being part of a music library or the owner of a music library, or maybe even a music supervisor who might like your music and want to hold on to it for some project in the future. So here's the trick with that. You may pick out the perfect person and be like, I want to sit down with that person. Okay, these sessions, there's only, I don't know. There's like 2 sessions each day.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule.
The sessions are 2 hours long, but they're broken into 15-minute blocks. So each mentor during each block or chunk of time will only meet with 8 people. And maybe they do both sessions each day, or maybe they do Friday and Saturday. But I mean, these slots are limited, and the ones that are in high demand go fast. And so you may get up to the point where you get to register for these people and find out that your number 1 choice is gone, your number 2 choice is gone, and your number 3 choice is gone. So you really need to go deep down the depth chart and pick out like 5 or 6 people that you want, so that when you get to that check-in line, you're not standing up looking at the board all disappointed because your top 2 choices are sold out. And now you're just picking someone at random because they had an opening. Like, if you're just picking a random person, you're probably not making the most of your 15 minutes.
I think this is maybe a good point for me to segue into it. So when the rally information comes out and Taxi lists it, like I started, Matt? I texted you last weekend, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I start on like a Saturday morning when it's quiet. I make coffee and I start reading the bios. And then I make like a list. Okay, like this is what Todd and I need to learn about, or to an area we need to grow in, or whatever. And that's how I start kind of narrowing down what classes Todd needs, what classes I need, what classes we need to go to together, what mentor may or may not be what kind of we need at this moment. So for Barb, for example, and I'm looking at the list right now, for Barb, I would not recommend James Koshin, Jim Thacker, because you already have relationships with them. So pick somebody else that, maybe you could learn from, that could come into your orbit and help you grow, because you already have relationships with those people that you can carry on throughout the year. So don't stick with kind of what's comfortable and what's safe, like branch out. And maybe they're like your 3rd or 4th choice, but like, who do you have at the top of the list that's new? That's how I approach planning for the rally.
Yeah, you don't want to waste your 15 minutes on someone that you already know and could take 15 minutes of their time at any other point that weekend, or even on a phone call as the year goes along. So yeah, no one should register for me, because you can talk to me at any point. Like, you can have my time at any point that weekend. Don't waste it. Actually, no, you can't even sign up for me. Impossible this year, because I'm not doing
You're not
the
on a list.
Yeah, I'm not doing the one-on-ones.
I'm looking at the list right now. And I think it's really cool, like, because Taxi provides those bios, we can learn about all the people. So like when I'm going through them, I'm like, oh, I met so-and-so last year. Oh, I met so-and-so year 1. This year I want to meet so-and-so. So how can I facilitate that? And I think it makes it less overwhelming too, because some of those people, their tags get pulled first.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
I see Barb made a note in the comments about how she wants to build new relationships, and I think that's a great place to put your focus when you're with that person with the 15 minutes. It's great to talk about the music and whatever, but it's also good that when you see him in the lobby later, to just take a minute, go up and say hi, say thanks, I got something out, really got something out of our 15 minutes, or whatever you do to hopefully build a more lasting relationship with them.
The lunches do sell out, guys. So if you want tickets and you need to sign up soon, Michael was talking today about that window's closing for hotel rooms, for registration, as well as lunches. So if you're interested, please go check out the website and make sure that you do that soon.
Yeah, the lunches are awesome.
Yeah,
I love the lunches. It's pure chaos is what it is, which is the situation where I thrive. So I bowed out of the one-on-one mentoring this year, and I was like, just put me on both lunches. So it is like complete pandemonium, if I could just talk about those for just a second.
Yeah, go for it.
So what happened, this is an additional fee. It's like, I don't know, what is it, $30 or $35?
I'll tell you. I'll look while you're talking.
Okay, so it's an upcharge basically to the conference. and it pays for your lunch basically, because you do get this like 3-course meal. It's not going to set the world on fire, but it's pretty good food, actually. It's better than what us mentors get. We're eating Subway in the back of the hall before they let us in there. Like a crusty old Subway sandwich. Like the 6-foot party ones, they just cut into chunks. That's what we get.
To tell people that.
The food you guys get is way better. Okay, so what are they? $65 a piece?
I'm looking. I'm just trying to find it. I'll find it before you're done.
Anyways, you do have to pay extra for them. I think it is extremely worth your time to do it if you can part with a little bit of money. Like maybe if you can just consolidate the stuff you're traveling with into a carry-on instead of paying a bag fee, that could basically offset the cost of the mentor lunch. So, that's how you could kind of do it financially if you need to count those dollars and pennies. So it's extremely worth it just to do at least one of them if that's all you can kind of swing, or if you just want to try it this year, to just try one of them if you can. So what happens is there is all these tables, and there's probably 30 or so tables in this giant ballroom, and each table has about like 8 chairs, or maybe it's 10 chairs, 8 to 10. Okay, 10. It's a circular table, okay? And then the mentor sits in one chair, and for 15 minutes, they just talk to the table about whatever they want to talk about, or whatever questions the table as a group wants to ask them. So each mentor that kind of rolls through there will kind of have a different approach to this, but you get 15 minutes, and then they sound a little buzzer, and then the mentor gets up from their table, goes to the next one, and someone else takes their place. And so as an attendee, if you are sitting in the crowd or just sitting there having lunch, you're going to get a cycle of probably 8 mentors that sit down at your table for 15-minute bursts. I think it's a 2-hour lunch. So you get 2 hours worth of deep knowledge from some pretty heavy hitters in the business. And I mean, where else are you going to find that for a little bit of money? Like that's.
I think it's okay. So I think it's 65, but it's actually not listed anywhere easy to find. Maybe Barb knows.
Barb says it's 65 in the chat. Andre says 79. They're charging you extra, Andre.
It's because he's special. Maybe that's Canadian dollars.
Oh yeah,
actually,
yeah, that's what it is.
Probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these things are
great list. There's a great list for the mentor lunches. Like I'm just looking at it right now. Like so many people that I would happily pick their brain.
Yeah, it is stacked high and deep with amazing people, and I really do think they're like some of the heavy hitters of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And getting to have them sit down at your table and just talk shop and answer your questions. That's huge. You're just not going to find that in other places.
So I would ask you, Matt, since you're doing the lunches, so what is it that like people should ask you, or what is like a good approach at those lunches? Because you're trying to pack so much in so fast.
Yeah. Well, that great question. Great question. So before I get to that, let me just talk a little bit more about the some strategy and some logistics to this thing, and then that might shape how we approach the question side of things. So because there are somewhere around 30 tables, all with 10 people at each one, we're talking about 300 people in a ballroom with silverware clanging on plates. It is a very loud environment. And it's incredibly hard to hear if you're sitting at the table with a mentor who's soft-spoken. And not everybody is as loud and rambunctious as I am. So I just kind of pretty much yell for 2 hours. But some of these people are not that, type of personality, and they talk soft, and it's very hard to hear them. So I'm going to go back to what Todd said just about 5 minutes ago and tell you that the number one thing you can do is get in that line to get inside the lunch early. Like you want to be at the front of the line. And then when they let you in, find any, it doesn't matter which table you pick, because you don't know who's going to sit at it yet, but there will be a name placard that says mentor. And that's the designated seat for the mentor. You want to sit directly beside that sign or within one seat. So there's like 4 chairs that are primo territory, because you'll be able to hear everything the mentor says. If you're at the back of that line, trying to get into the lunch, you're going to be left with whatever seat is left, and it's probably going to be across from the table, and it's going to be hard to hear anything. So
I'm going to also suggest that you pack a bag of Ricola and offer them to your mentor.
Yeah, yes.
It'll make
Didn't
you
give me
memorable.
some last year? I think you gave me some last year, didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I know someone did, and I was like, "This is the nicest." I never remember to do that. So that's something special right there. Or yeah, you know what? Here, if you really want to get on someone's good side, bring those little shots. You know what I'm saying? You bring one for me, and just like when I sit down at your table, just slide me a shot of vodka, and whoo, boy, we gonna have ourselves a little party. And that's for the price of $1.50 or whatever those cost. That's how you make a quick friend.
Yeah. That brings me to being memorable. You want to be memorable for all the right reasons. You don't want to be memorable for the bad reasons. And we have stories, like Todd and I have stories, you have stories about people that were memorable for the bad reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be one of those people. Bring Ricola, something that got, I was talking to one of our publishers about like hanging out in the rally and things and stuff. And he said to me, one of the things that bothers him the most is when he's having a conversation with someone and someone comes up and just like interjects. They don't like say, "Hey, can I join you?" They don't ask, they just like, and that immediately makes a bad impression. And everyone's at the rally trying to meet people, trying to like connect, trying to network. But think about what you're doing when you approach and be like, "Hey, can I join your group?" Or, "Hey, are you guys busy?" And I think like when we talk about being memorable, you want to be that kind of memorable, not like trying to shake your mentor's hand in the bathroom kind of memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they remember that too.
They remember that too, I was going through, actually, this is some of my cards from last year, and I was going through them. And one of the things that actually is kind of funny is there's tons of advice about how to like give your information. Like, do you have a digital card? Do you have a physical card? Whatever. And I'm not sure there is a right or a wrong way. Like some people prefer to like just have digital things, but I kind of love that 6 months down the road, I can go through these and I can see how many people we're still working with that we met at the rally. And I have a stack from like year 1 to like now. And I'm like, "Oh, we've worked with so-and-so, and oh, we've worked with so-and-so, and oh, I met that guy in the lobby and he bought us pizza." And I think that helps too, right? Like we're relationship building as well as learning. And that's something super important, I think, that I would tell people is that when you're meeting those mentors, when you're in those lunches, if you bring a Ricola and you're friendly, they're going to remember you in their one-on-one session. And they're going to be like, "Hey, that you brought me a thing and like we're friends." And then when you run into them downstairs getting coffee, they're going to be like, "Hey, I loved your music in our one-on-one session," and or whatever. Work on being memorable in a good way. Not necessarily in a, I don't want to say clinger way, because that's not really what I'm trying to say, but like work on being memorable in the way that you are a real person, because they're real people too.
One guy, we remember, I can just sum this up really quickly. It's just we were sitting around having a conversation with a guy who was, kind of a player with Taxi, and this guy just kind of came up and sat his phone on the table and just started playing his music. Didn't even really say anything about it, just kind of, I don't know what he was quite expecting to happen, but that is a very bad approach. And we definitely remembered that.
Yeah.
So that's,
and you know, there's so many stories like that about people just doing it the wrong way, and it leaves such a bad taste in the other person's mouth. Like, I mean, they could be an amazing musician, but there's no way I'd want to work with them.
yeah,
So I'm going to share an example too, Todd. Here's one that maybe just right up there with yours. So I was talking to a guy who was a rapper, and you know, I didn't know him, but he came up to me and we were talking about, you know, rap stuff. And at some point, you know, he's talking about, oh, well, I got this YouTube channel and my videos have, you know, some extraordinary amount of views. And I was like, oh, dude, that's awesome. Because I just this is last year. I just started a YouTube channel and I was like, oh, geez, it's hard to get people to watch these things. So good for you, man. He goes, I'm going to show you. So he took my phone, hit my YouTube button, searched up his own video and subscribed from my phone. I'm like, dude, that is so brazenly idiotic, because you're there's like,
There's
I was
boundaries.
so irritated. I just wanted to flick him upside the head and be like, dude, that you do not do that. You don't just subscribe to your channel from my phone. You fucking idiot.
wow.
You know,
And it was over at that point. And then like later that night, I went home or went back to the room and unsubscribed from him. And I've actually
never looked back.
You know, never looked back until Taxi started sending out some of the promo photography, and I saw that guy in there. I was like, that's the guy. So I remembered the face and I remembered the action, and I'm going to go out of my way to avoid that guy this year. So, I mean, that's a quick way to kill a relationship or any type of future, because I am really like, I'm always looking for good vocalists. And this guy could have been a great one. I don't know. But you pull a move like that and you're just never going to get a chance.
You know, I think that there's things like, we've made relationships at the rally that, you know, year 1 or year 2, I didn't know would go anywhere. But now this year, you know, I'm doing A&R with a sync agent, and we're helping plan like a songwriting retreat with North Woods with James Koshin. And there's things like that you don't know. So just be a human being. Like they're real people, you're a real person, be a real person to them, and maybe you'll connect, and maybe you won't, but there's probably someone at the rally that you will.
I think a lot of people, you know, they don't know how to start. You know, that's why the guy just walks up and starts playing his music. It's like the easiest thing is just, hi, I'm Todd. You know, hi, I'm Matt.
Yep.
You know, just start right there. It's the easiest thing to say. And you will find that everyone is going to be receptive to that. You know, they'll be like, you know, if they walk up, hi, I'm Matt. Hey, I'm Todd. How you doing? You know, what is it? What do you do? And then you just can go from there.
You know, last year we were like standing in the bar downstairs, and somebody came up to me who I know, and he's like, hey, you need to meet Chris. And, you know, a couple minutes later, now 12 months later, she's like my songwriting soulmate. And we've done so many projects together, and she's amazing. And that's how those things can happen, you know?
Yeah, I think. And I wanted to eventually get back to your question, Michelle, about what to ask at the lunches, because I didn't quite get there yet.
Oh.
I'm like, squirrel, so shiny.
We're good at that here on True Swans.
Yeah.
But I did want to say that Michelle is you're completely right. All of the, whether they be the pros or the panelists or whoever, or just some random person, we are all people first. Like we're just people. Some people get put on pedestals for no real, just because we're good at a job. Like, I mean, everybody every industry has someone who's good at their job, even someone who works at the convenience store. but in this industry, people put certain people on pedestals because they were successful or because they know how to do certain things. And really it's really stupid because we're just people. Like, we're just people with kids or no kids and our own challenges outside of music. We all have lives and passions and hobbies that have nothing to do with this business that we're in. And just keep that in mind. I know for me personally, when I'm down in the bar area talking to people, this is like outside of the lunch or outside of the one-on-one sessions, I just like to talk like a human being. And I don't like to get into the weeds on music stuff. And I find it to be a pretty big turnoff when someone just starts pumping me for information while I'm just trying to hang out and have a good time. So those are moments where you can approach people from the aspect of just being a human and talk about, I don't know, life, the state of, I don't know, this state of the American political system right now. You probably don't want to go down that path.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. So one of my best friends, and he was kind of a mentor for me, I met at a road rally. This was many, many years ago. And I actually struck up a conversation with this guy because we were watching college football on the screens. So our original conversation was about football. And believe it or not, our two teams, mine is Boise State and his was Georgia, they had just played the previous season. So we had like this fun, quick rivalry that we kind of just like ribbed each other over in our first conversation. And that just prompted a friendship that is now 12 or 13 years deep that really led me down the path to success in this world. And it wouldn't have happened if I would have come up to that guy and be like, hey man, yeah, can you tell me how to write a music cue? It wouldn't have happened. So you gotta just treat people like people and not like musicians or not like celebrities or any. Don't get starstruck by people. Just talk to them like they're a person at a party.
And I think something to that point, like, so a couple of our libraries we signed with very early on and haven't since then for one reason or another. But like, those are people that I get so excited to see. Like, I'm so excited to see your friend when we go in November because I just freaking love him. Mm-hmm. Like, he's fun and he's funny and he's quirky. And we have other libraries that are like that too, where I'm like, it's fun and it's like just a good time. And it's not about if they're going to sign more music. It's just about the fact that I like them as a human being.
Right.
And I think that's a cool thing that lots of people miss out on.
I think so. I would say one of the big mistakes people make is going into this thing, trying to force deals to happen. Mm-hmm. That's really not the point of this. The real point is first and foremost the knowledge that you're going to get in the classes. But secondly, the relationships that you can build with people. And this is all long-term stuff. It could lead to benefits down the road, but it's not like an immediate, hey, sign my music right now and let's make $1 million in the next month. Like, that is not going to happen.
Yeah.
So the better play is just to get to know people, and if some magic happens, then great, but don't let that be your driving focus. Your real focus should just be to make new friends and treat this like a college party or a family reunion or just something like that, where you're just out talking to people about, I don't know, the ocean or something. And then music, like the conversation will turn to music eventually, but you don't need to lead with that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Find someone, anyone that you can connect with on that level, whether it's another composer or it's another, a library person, one of the panelists, whoever. Man, connect with them that's how Michelle connected with James. The first time they connected was having a long conversation about, you know, it was child rearing and things like some complications with that. So, and you know, now years down the road, here she is. She's helping out with the retreat that James puts on and things like that. So
Yeah.
I just want to interrupt you guys and read a couple of comments over here. So Barb says, be kind and polite to the attendees. You never know who might become someone you really might be connect with, like Michelle and Chris. So that's
Yeah.
like super great advice. Then someone says, we're starstruck by you, Matt.
Oh gosh. Don't be.
That's a
I'm
big
just the
personality.
village idiot.
I think that like there's so much to that, and I can't tell people enough how much, like, just be you, because there's so many people at the rally. Your people are there, and they might not be necessarily who you think they are, but you know, your people are there, the people that you're going to, for lack of a better word, sync with musically or emotionally or professionally. You know, they're there. So just kind of like look for them. Don't force it when it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of that right now.
Good work, Michelle. Yeah. I want to go back to Andre's comment that, yeah, he did offer me some vodka at a little private composers party for one of the libraries we write for. Yeah, Andre, feel free to do that again. Maybe I owe you this time. That's probably more accurate.
Dogs, Chuck, someone says. Yeah.
Yeah, with face fuchsia, poop shape, face purple, wide eyes, dogs. Chuck, that's a good one, Fitch. That's probably supposed to be an emoji, but it just came across as text on the chat here.
So I think going back to some of our tips. So when you go to the lunch, sit by the wall, sit by the mentor, be there early. When you're meeting people, ask if you can join them. Don't just interrupt. And if it's not vibing, move on and find somebody else because your people are there. Ask for a room on the side away from the dog kennels.
oh yeah,
Ayo.
because yeah, you will hear them in the morning.
And you know what? Do your research. Read those bios. Taxi puts a lot of effort into them for a reason. And you're going to find the mentor that clicks with you. Maybe it's Matt. Maybe it's James. Maybe it's Greg Carrozza. Maybe it's Owen. Maybe it's Ron Harris. Maybe it's Tracy Marino. Like, don't just go with the name that's exciting or that you've seen the most of. Like, read their bio and see what it is that they do in relation to what you do.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was my question, Matt? I don't think we ever went back.
Your question was,
You
yeah,
just
good. I
swirled
was just
over
thinking
and
of
over
that.
again.
It was, what are my tips for what questions you should ask when you're at the lunch? And okay, so I've had a little bit of time to think about this now since you initially asked it. I guess one thing that always frustrates me as a person who is a mentor is there always seems to be one person, not one at every table, but at least I always at least run into one of them on each lunch cycle who just asks questions that are relevant to them, and they try to push their music on me. Like, well, I do this, so how would I do this? And like, it's very specific and it's extremely focused just to them and their career. Well, if they asked a question to me, then of course I get going on some long-winded answer, as I do, and then basically that question railroaded the entire table, because the answer that I'm going to give that one person is only relevant to them and does no benefit at all for the other 9. So if I could give you any suggestion, it would be to get to know the people at your table, like ask them what they do in this little world that we're in, and then ask the mentor some question that has a general appeal to more than just you at that table. Because this is a quick way to, I don't know, make people quite upset with you if you're just asking self-serving questions and then you burn the entire 15 minutes or the bulk of the 15 minutes, and the other 9 people there get nothing out of it. Like, they're not going to like that very much. They'll probably resent it and then shoot you dagger stares the rest of the lunch.
I think that kind of comes back to a bit of like, I don't know if it's actually technically Taxi's philosophy, but I think a lot of us that keep coming back over and over, it's like our philosophy. And that's that we want to help each other move forward. So it's a lot less like egocentric and like one person centric, and a lot more like how can the group move forward. And I think that what you just said there, like don't be completely focused on yourself and railroad the conversation. It's a table of 9 people all trying to get advice. So think about that. Like, be a team player, because moving forward, the people watching you might be deciding whether or not they want you on their team.
Yeah, and I have gone on to work with a handful of people that I met at the mentor lunch, being the mentor and them just being a good person at the table. In fact, I got a visual aid because you showed your business cards, Michelle, and I want to also show you. I had a stack, like a big stack of them, but here's I still keep them too. But one year, this is, gosh, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, I met a dude. He was at the table and he was just incredibly focused on everything I was saying. But you could tell he was like, he'd spent all of his money to get to the rally. He had a pair of glasses on that had a crack through the lens. And he was just like, he didn't appear to have that much disposable income, but everything that he could scrape together, he used it to get to the rally from Chicago. Okay, so he didn't even have enough money for business cards. So at the end of the lunch, I like, he was just a really pleasant guy, and he was incredibly focused and just nice. And when he asked questions, they were the right questions. And at the end of the lunch, he came and found me, and he wrote his name on a slip of paper. Look at this. This was his business card, because he didn't even have enough money to make business cards.
But you still have it.
I still have it. And when I got home from that road rally, I was like, I'm saving that thing because I like that guy. I didn't even know what he did, but I looked him up because he had his website here. Or no, the website's not there. I was able to find him, I don't know, probably through some Google or Facebook search or whatever. I found him, and then I was like, okay, he's a singer, and he's got this really cool, very interesting voice and approach. All right, so I filed it away, and I was like, whenever I have a need for that thing, I'm going to reach out to this dude. So about 9 months went by, and I called him because he has his phone number right here. I called him, and I was like, he's like, who's this? And I was like, hey, dude, I'm the guy. I met you at the road rally lunch, 9 months ago. And he's like, holy crap, Matt. Oh, man, it's so good to hear from you. And oh, man, this is the greatest thing. And we went on to write, and we haven't worked together for a little while, but we've written probably 15 songs together through the years. And just a really, really nice guy. That's what can happen at the lunches if you approach it right. And you don't need the flashy business card. There's no QR code on this thing. It's just a slip of paper. So don't overstress these things. Your biggest selling point is yourself. It's not your music. It's not your business card. It's you.
Barb is asking, when's the best time to give her card at the lunch politely?
I think every mentor probably does it different, but so when I sit down, I usually pass a stack of business cards around the table and then just collect them from anyone who wants to give them to me. That's the way I do it. Every mentor is probably different. You could just unload on them at the end, I suppose. There is a word of warning, I suppose, and that is we get so many cards as mentors. Like, I come home with a stack, probably this big. And the thing that I would recommend is, if you are doing a business card, put your picture on it. That way we can put a face with the name. Like, for example, this one on the back, Hey. So like you can recognize the person from the card. Otherwise, if it's just a name, like oh gosh, I don't want to put anybody on blast, but I don't want to just put up bad examples.
Oh,
But
here's
if,
I've got a good one. Okay, so this one I can't read, which
yeah.
I mean you guys can't read either because you know it's on my camera. So this one I was like, who was that person? So there's QR cards on the back. I could scan them, but probably I'm going to file it to the bottom of my pile. This one. So I don't know if you were hanging out with us last year, Matt. I don't know if you guys can read that because
It's kind of glaring off the light. But...
So it says toughglove.com. Get tough, Gary Pope. And I remember Gary because Gary hung out with us. He sold gloves that, you know, like those big, like Hulk gloves that you take to like games.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in town doing promo for a football game or something. And he hung out with us all and he bought us pizza. So I remember Gary because there's a picture of gloves on his card.
Okay.
And I think that goes to your point, like be memorable in the way that you
Yeah.
are. Don't try to be cool and trendy in a way that we can't read.
Right. Yeah. And if you're not comfortable putting your picture on there, then maybe just like get a selfie and then render it through some AI like illustration thing. So it's a drawing of you, but as long as it looks like you.
I think that one's particularly cool. I don't know if you guys can see it. She's like a ballerina. It's Celia. And I thought it's like Celia on the front. And then on the back, it's like a picture of her in a tutu.
Yeah, there we go.
So it doesn't have to be like a close-up selfie. Like just make yourself memorable. I'm going through my stack right now looking at them.
Yeah, I come home with a stack every year, and for some reason I can't find them over here right now.
Robins are one of my favorite. I don't know if you guys can see that. So
oh yeah.
What's funny is that that's actually what she looks like in person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a cartoonized version of her. But that's actually what she looks like. So to your point, AI it, render it, just do something that's like you.
Yeah. Just so I need something when I come home with that stack of cards and be like, oh, I talked to this really cool person, and I remember what he or she looked like. Then when I cycle through the cards, I'll find it. Otherwise, if there's no pictures on these things, I don't remember names all that well because I get bombarded with so many of them that it'll just be lost. And so like things aren't going to happen for you if you have a losable business card.
Yeah. We have Swans on ours. Hopefully that's something that, people will connect.
Oh, Matt hasn't
back
seen
to
our new
us.
ones.
Oh, hey, look at that. There you go.
I painted it. It's an original.
No way. Are you a painter?
I can show you, actually. Okay. We shall digress.
Holy cow. Hey, you got a little hidden talent there. That's awesome.
So there you go. I just made myself more memorable.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a really great example because you guys are probably not promoting promoting yourself is probably a bad word, but you're not promoting yourself as individual people, right? You are the group True Swans, and you present yourselves as a songwriting duo, and True Swans is kind of a memorable name. And then if you get a business card that has the swans on it, then it works. So
That's the hope.
Yep. Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's all you can do is hope.
Yeah. Right. Try your best and
yeah. I don't know if your name was Thor and you took a picture with a hammer.
A hammer? Right.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
So just work with what you've got.
I think that the the rally, like coming back to that, it's life changing. And I realize that that sounds corny and, we're goofing off and we're having fun. But I can't say enough about how much it's changed our trajectory going to the rally. Things we never could have accomplished if we hadn't gone. And there's classes. Actually, I'd like to recommend that anybody going this year that doesn't understand how to collect their sync income, go to the MLC class. They do a really great overview on how to get your money and stuff. And there's things like that you can only get, I think, at Taxi. And it's quiet now.
Okay, yes, agreed.
It's boring. That part's boring. It's hard.
Yeah.
But
Let's
we all
talk about,
create art so we can get paid ultimately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and don't forget to come to the bar and hang out, because that's a lot of stuff happens in the bar. That's where you really are you're gonna see that mentor again, or you're gonna see that person who's a composer who said something in a panel who you thought, oh, I could really connect with that person. That's really a lot of the action happens. So don't, even if you're an introvert, suck it up and come down to the bar area and hang out and stick your hand out and introduce yourself to people. It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
I know what I was going to ask you, Matt. Where do you eat?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I only eat at 2 places. Well, I mean, my favorite one is the Thai restaurant that's it's on the same block as the hotel. You just have to go past a Subway, not like a Subway station, but a Subway sandwich shop. And then boom, it's right there. So you're walking, I don't know, what is it, 100 yards? Maybe not even that, 70 yards, 50, whatever. It's not that far. You don't have to cross the street or anything. And the Thai food is really, really good.
It's so
The
good.
price isn't too bad either. It's fairly economically priced. Well, in today's economy, so it's not going to be like $5. It'll probably be 10 to 12 or so. Is that about right? 10 to 15 maybe.
Probably.
But pretty big portions, and it's incredibly tasty. So that's my favorite place to eat.
I think we're partial to the taco. I don't know how many people even know about the taco truck. So where we're at in LA, the hotel sits kind of next to a big warehouse district. And if you go out kind of behind the hotel, you're out amongst these warehouses. And at night, it's like the thing pops up like Brigadoon. It's just the truck shows up, they string out the lights in the middle of all these warehouses, and it's some of the best tacos you've ever had in your life. You got to kind of wind through a little maze of warehouses, but it is just incredible.
Oh, dang.
And it's
You guys have to take me there this year.
oh yeah,
So good. It's so good. We went twice last year.
oh yeah, we've taken a few people there. It's really cool. See, I don't know why they set up in this really weird, out of the way place, but lots of people seem to know about it because they stay busy.
We took a huge group there last year.
Yeah.
Because they're open on Sunday nights when the Thai place isn't open.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's when you do your Mexican food field trip.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that it's like the simple things that people don't know when they come, and they're like, oh, the Thai place is closed on Sunday night. Where do I eat?
Yeah.
So there's the grill in the hotel. There's the taco truck, which the concierge can tell you how to get there. It's not a big deal. There's a hamburger place across the street. What is it? Carl's Jr.?
Yeah, some couple fast food places
Yeah,
nearby.
it used to be a Taco Bell, but maybe they've changed it.
Yeah. And also, it's very close to a train station. So people who are there like extra days, there's a whole group of people that go to the beach on Sunday as like, or sorry, on Monday. It's kind of like our like goodbye to everyone. So anyone that's still there on Monday, a whole bunch of us go to the beach. And you can take an Uber or you can take the train because it's really close.
Yep. Pretty fun. Oh,
Matt's
Thomas,
like, I wish I stayed longer now.
Yeah, dang.
I was gonna say Thomas Goodloon is remarking on the taco place he was one of the people we took last year.
Yeah.
And Andre says he wants to go. We got to make sure Andre comes this year. he missed it the last 2 years. It says.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think thanks for hanging out. Matt, do you feel like we missed anything?
I don't think so. Hope to see you guys all there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think a lot of this group and our comments is going to be there, so that's exciting.
that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah,
So
and I think I know pretty much everybody.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
there's a few people I
Andre
don't.
and
So
Barb and Thomas.
yeah, if there's anyone that I don't know, people who are watching that just aren't commenting, then just come say hi. Everyone's pretty approachable. So yeah, just go say hi.
yeah,
We're all going to be
absolutely.
there I'm coming on Thursday. Matt's coming on Thursday. Todd's coming Friday morning. So if you guys need anything, let us know.
Okay. And
Yeah.
with that, I'm going to start the wave. That means I'm about to push the end stream button.